Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to talk about Alex Collado and his current situation with FC Barcelona. There is plenty to discuss because right now we do know that Alex Collado is stuck within this club and he is currently not in the first team and not even in the B team. So we are going to be assessing his situation. And then lastly, we are going to be talking about Pjanic and the loan move that he has made to Turkey. But first, I do want to give a special thanks towards the OneFootball app for sponsoring this video. The OneFootball app is considered as the best football app you could find in the App Store when it comes to looking at the latest player stats or team stats, or if you do want to follow a specific team and what's currently going on in the transfer world, the OneFootball app will be there to inform you immediately and live. And one of the best new features that the OneFootball app does carry now, the OneFootball app will give out La Liga highlights in the UK. It's going to be a very important feature for many of the people that's in the UK. If you guys do want to watch any highlights regarding FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, the OneFootball app will have that in store available on your phone. The only thing that you do have to do is go into the link that's in the description box. You would be able to download it, and then from there you would be able to follow your desired teams or players and especially watch the new highlights within La Liga. But now let's get back into the video. But let's first start with Alex Collado. So Alex Collado is a player that we know he has had a very rough patch. And so it says here, according to Catalan Radio, Alex Collado is currently neither registered in the first team nor the B team. Now many of us might ask, how did Alex Collado come into this situation? Why is he between not playing in the first team and not playing in the B team? Because look, he is in a very strange situation, because you and me know, right? Many of us Barcelona fans knew that Alex Collado does have a spot in this team. He is talented enough, his skills are there, he is a very experienced player when it comes to playing the Barcelona way, and so all of these things, they are 100%. Alex Collado simply does have it all. But I am going to be explaining on just how Collado ended up in this situation. So first things first, it was made official back in May. Alex Collado has extended with Barcelona until 2023. He did have a release clause of 100 million euros. So Barcelona, the club, really did value this player. And then back on May, many started to get the feeling that Collado was just not going to be counted on because he was not being used in the previous season. During the preseason, Alex Collado was not playing a single minute. Alex Collado barely played any minutes, and so he was rarely used. And then we continued to hear throughout that time in the summer that Koeman communicated towards Alex Collado that he would not be seeing many minutes and that he should be finding another team for the rest of the current season and then come back in the summer of 2022. Very similar to what Koeman did say towards Pedri back on October 2020. Fast forward towards August 1st, we also did hear that Collado was going to be leaving FC Barcelona. He has asked the club to not participate in the training session because he had to go assess his future. And on that same day, Alex Collado made the decision that he was going to go to Club Brugge, and there was going to be no buy option within this transfer because Collado and Barcelona did not want to complete any move. Collado and the club wanted this player to come back, and that is the reason why this deal has completely stalled. It is because this club wanted to keep Collado and wanted a buy option. Fast forward towards August 9th, the media informed that Collado accepts the challenge of trying to receive minutes under Ronald Koeman, that he was going to continue with FC Barcelona. And Koeman did say throughout that time that, look, Collado, he knows his position. There are many players in his position that are going to make it very challenging for him to receive minutes. And so he has already communicated this message in the public and to the player himself. And then later down the road, around August 28th or 29th, about a week ago, right, it was announced that Collado was going to be going to Sheffield United. But in the end, many of us do know that this deal did collapse. I have no idea and how this deal did collapse. I do not know if they could not finish in time, but the move of Collado going to Sheffield United, it did completely fail. And that is why Collado is now in this position. It is because Barcelona were not prepared to actually keep Collado for this current season. Because if you really think about it, Barcelona and the player were pushing for a move in order for him to receive minutes. But the two opportunities that they did encounter did not go out as planned. And so that is it, right? Because of those difficulties and those challenges on the transfer and all of these negotiations that did not affect Collado's move very well, that is the reason why he has stayed and is going to continue with Barcelona. So it is a very strange thing, right? Because I did explain about 5 days ago that Collado just seems like he is destined to stay at Barcelona. Even though they have tried everything in their power to make a move happen, in the end, Collado continued to stay at Barcelona. So it's a very difficult situation for Collado, right? Because I know that Collado wants to play. He is in some way given the Puig treatment where Barcelona and Koeman are saying, look, you're not going to be receiving any minutes. You're going to go on the bench, and you better bet, right? Like, I honestly believe that Collado is even more frustrated than Riqui Puig, because Collado has made it so clear that he wanted to leave Barcelona to receive minutes. So you really do have to feel for this player. And so all of this did come with a cost, and Collado's going to have to find a solution. And especially for the club, they're going to have to take responsibility to also find a solution for this player, because if there was one thing that this club cannot do towards this player is actually place this player into the B team, because Collado made it public to the media that he does not want to go back. And I feel like if Barcelona actually make Alex go back into the B team, it's almost like you're doing this player a disservice, like you're putting this player under a rock. But we're going to have to see how all of this does turn out, because I honestly believe that Collado does have opportunities to see some minutes in this team. Because, like, for example, like, why don't you put Alex Collado over Sergio Roberto in the first team? Like, why can't you do that? Collado would be the perfect replacement for the role of Sergio Roberto. So I do not even think that we should question whether Collado is good enough or not. I just believe that Barcelona and Koeman need to give this player the chance in order for him to prove himself that he is good enough, that he can make Barcelona a much more improved team. And now I do want to quickly talk about Pjanic, because this is also another player that is not in the plans of Ronald Koeman. And so it says here that Pjanic has agreed to lower his salary by 60%. If he returns to Barcelona, he will be earning 3.2 million euros net. Besiktas will take care of paying him 2.7 million euros during his loan in that season, which basically means that Barcelona is only going to be paying about 0.47 million euros for that specific season on Pjanic, which is not a lot of money. And the fact that Pjanic has agreed to lower his salary by 60%, like, let's really think about how big of a number that is. Like, let's applaud Pjanic for actually agreeing with a deal like this. This is exactly what was needed in this Barcelona squad, to really lower that wage to 60%. And that is probably the biggest margin we have seen so far in the summer. And to be very honest, I think that one of the biggest factors on why we have reached this 60% margin, why this cut is so huge, is because Pjanic and the agents, they knew, they're like, look, we're left without a club. This club is not going to give us any minutes, and we want our player, right? Pjanic also said that I want to see minutes, and if we cannot get minutes, I will do everything possible in order for me to receive minutes. Even if that does mean that I have to go to Turkey and take a 60% wage cut, I want to play on the field. That is probably one of the biggest factors, is the attitude coming from Pjanic, is the fact that he wants to play, and there is nothing wrong with that. Pjanic is a great player who deserves to be on the pitch, because he can bring what is supposed to be required from a midfielder. Now I do want to answer some questions, but Kevin, isn't the transfer window closed? Why is he making this move this late in September? Well, it is because in Turkey the window is still open, which basically means that Pjanic could have moved to Turkey and joined a club. Another question is going to be this: is there going to be a buy option at the end of this loan? Could that Turkish club actually buy Pjanic away from Barcelona? And there is no buy option. Pjanic has made it very clear that he does want to have his options open. He does want to go back to either Italy, maybe England, Germany, Spain, and overall be in the top 5 leagues in Europe. And so you do have to feel very sorry for this player, because Barcelona really did give Pjanic the illusion that he was going to be receiving minutes in his first season, but that has not been the case. It has been the complete opposite. But hopefully he does well, and hopefully he does receive a lot of minutes, because here's the one thing that I could tell everyone here, and I think that this is probably the biggest and brightest note that Barcelona could take away from this. Barcelona bought Pjanic for 60 million euros on a 4-season deal, which basically means that every season Barcelona is going to have to pay Juventus 15 million euros per season. Now, because Barcelona has only had Pjanic for 1 season, they have only paid Juventus 15 million euros, not the player, but Juventus, which was a total of 15 million euros. And if Pjanic does do well, let's say that he is given a lot of minutes in Turkey and he does excellent, right? And many other clubs in Europe in the top 5 leagues are like, look, this player is really good. He provides assists. He knows how to play make. He knows how to create chances. Let's buy this player. So if he does well, let's say Barcelona sells Pjanic for 30 million euros on a 3-year deal. If you divide 30 million euros in 3 years, Barcelona will be receiving 10 million euros per season by whichever club does buy Pjanic. And so that would mean that Barcelona would be getting their money back in 2 years. And let's say that Barcelona are extremely lucky and Barcelona actually sell Pjanic for 40 million euros, right? Now we're in that fantasy land, but I want to give you guys some context in order for us to understand just where we need to place this player in the market. So let's just say that it is 40 million euros and Pjanic signs a 3-year deal. That would basically mean that Barcelona will be paid 13 million euros per season by the buying club. And on the first year of Pjanic being at that new club, Barcelona would already be getting their money back. And in the second season, Barcelona would be doubling their profit. And that is from the selling of Pjanic, of 40 million euros. So that is just basically where we do stand. I do hope for the best for Pjanic. I do hope that Alex Collado does find a solution with this club, because many of us Barcelona fans, we want to see these players do well in their clubs. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.